We are from Team Fresco. So what we've done over the summer is that we've created an Android application. So basically, this is a note-taking application that we've created. And so for the first part, I'll be doing the presentation regarding the introduction of Fresco, what is it all about. Now after that, I'll be saying certain application features. Then this is my friend Vibol, who will be taking over the demo session. So he'll be showing the features in details. And then lastly, I'll look at some of the future outlooks that we're looking ahead in the product itself. So let's get started. So first of all, what is actually Fresco? As you can see, this is our logo, the beautiful logo right there. So what is it all about is that it's a note-taking application. It's versatile, so I'll explain why is it versatile. And it aims to improve user memory. So it's to help users associate certain elements to another element. So if you take a look, I use the word element. I'll tell you why is it element. And then next, we also go through some of the customizable features that we have provided with this. And it's suitable for all ages and for everyone, and including Singaporeans as well. Okay? So let's take certain features of this. So this is the main homepage that you see when you access this application itself. So as you can see, we have a few categories here. So basically, these are the categories that you can associate with for each of the individual elements that you want to record or take note of. So for example, let's say I want to learn English. So that's one of my category. And then I can have a contrasting category completely, such as geography. So it's not related in any sense. So this is where the users have to customize themselves. They have to take notes of certain words or certain terms in geography for themselves so they can associate with this. And this entire thing we have called deck. So basically how this works is that for every deck, there'll be cards inside. So each card has two faces. One is the front, one is the back. So this is how the association works. So for example, what happens is that let's say I have English, right? So I want to learn certain verbs. So one of my cards, the front can be a verb, and the back will be a certain verb, like for example, run. Then I define what is run. So that's just a brief example. So for now, let's go through a brief overview of how we can set up a deck. So first of all, we can create a category called Singapore, as shown here. And this is a new deck that we're trying to create. So once we press the plus button, what happens is that this interface will come out, and then we can specify the title of the deck together with certain icons that we've provided to associate certain, icons to the particular deck itself. All right? So once we have created Singapore, all you have to do is just click Save. Once it's saved, what we can do is that we can create new cards after pressing onto the deck name itself. So once we want to create a new deck, all you have to do is just click on the plus button here, and to go directly to this page. So what does this page show you? You can see that there's two main sides to the card itself. One is the front, one is the back. And then we have four other categories at the bottom. So what are these four categories? First of all, we have text. So text is basically for people who like to type fast, who prefer to type more. And then we have doodle. So doodle will be covered by my fellow teammate later on. So basically what doodle does, it gives you the flexibility to use your finger to write anything on the canvas. Next, we have gallery and camera. So gallery is to access all the resources you have in your particular phone memory itself, and then you can associate to either the front or the back. And lastly, a camera will take the picture that you want to take at the current time. All right, so with this, we can move on to the next one. So for example, let's say I want to create a card. So first of all, I'm new to Singapore, like I'm a foreigner or any such thing. Or like let's say for even Singaporeans themselves, they want to know more about Singapore. What we can do is that for the first part, I can create a gallery image. So this is an image I have in my particular memory. And for example, I do this, then I associate this picture to certain information. So this is the Singapore Prime Minister, Lee Hsien Loong. I hope everyone knows it, okay? So so after that, then we can save this. So to save this, we have this done button up here, which is the icon to save. So once we save, we will get a particular prompt telling you what type of form you're saving in. All right, so once you press OK, it will automatically be saved. And then this is the view that you will get in the particular deck itself, deck list of cards. So each of the cards will have the front and the back. So once you click onto the front, the back will appear. So this is basically to help the users associate certain features or certain information to another information. All right, so as I mentioned earlier, we provide these main features for the elements itself. So one is text, one is doodle, one is image, and this will be further elaborated by my friend here now. Okay, so before he does it, I just want to mention some of the key features of this application. So the interface itself is designed based on flat user interface. So what is flat user interface is that we do not provide too many animations, or we do not provide too many shadows or whatsoever. It's just a basic utility app. And another thing is that we try to provide for easy navigation. So it's one-to-one page navigation. So for one page, you can transverse further into the next pages. All right? Okay, so now it's for the live demo.
Hi everyone, my name is Vibo. So now I'm going to show you how to use this app. So first of all, you see two icons on the what we call action bar here. This one is called the review this deck. Actually it's reviewing the entire list of decks. I mean every card inside this application. And this button, as my friend have told earlier, it's the add new card, add new deck. So when you press this one, I'll show you the one first. It will go to this page, and in this page, in this edit deck, we just type in the name of the deck, of the new deck. If you don't type anything, then there will be dialog informing that you have to name a new deck. Or I mean add or type any name to it. It can't have no name inside. So we must type in a name, for example, Singapore. And then if you don't choose any icon here, it will automatically assign a default icon to it, which is this one, the book sign, the book logo. And if you somehow didn't select the icon, you can edit it by holding the deck, the list here. Again, it's like holding here. Then you can edit all the information inside it, like the name of the deck, even the icon here. So I choose a new icon. Let's say this one. Then I press here, or I can press save over here. Let's say I change to this one. I press save here, or you can see I can delete it over here also. But okay, I don't want to delete it, so just save it. Okay, sorry. Then from here, let's say if I want to add a new card, I just click on it or press it. Then this page will appear. I just add a new card by tapping this button. Then from here, I can either write text like here, and then this one, anything, or I can draw it like A, and then this one is alphabet something. Or if let's say you don't want to use this one, you want to draw a picture from the gallery, you can go to the gallery. My phone is a bit lag, sorry. So let's say you pick one picture from the gallery, or maybe this one. And then if you are on this page for the front, and on this one for the back, I will save the front is gallery. Even though you have text, where is it? Oh, it's gone already. Oops. Probably it didn't save. I have to do it again. I think there's a bug here. Let's say I use this one. So I have this one for front and this one for back. Let's say Malayan. So I save. Then we say the front is gallery and the back is the text. So I save it. So now I have a new card with the front with this picture and the back with the description of this picture. So here, when I have the card, the front and back card, I should be able to edit it or delete it with this function or button over here. This one is edit. So I can edit. I can change to new pictures. Maybe I use this one. So I save again. Then it's gallery and text. Or I can delete it by pressing this one. So I delete it. Or add a new thing, let's say, to be quick, save time. Just anyhow type things. So I save it. So I have explained all this. Add a new card, edit it or delete it. And this one is reviewing cards in the deck. Since we only have one card in this deck, we can't review because we need at least 4 cards to do the reviewing. So I rather go to another deck with more cards, so I go to this one. So this is one I have 4 cards. Then I can do the reviewing here by pressing this button, review. So basically I have 4 fronts of the card of all the cards and 4 backs of all the cards. And then how to match between the front and the back. You see the front cards, you can see the side bar pair, the bar and pair with the same color. The first one with the green color, the second one with blue, and so on. So to match between the front and the back of the cards, you need to just press this one first. Let's say I match the first one, front. Then I just click, okay, this is the Prime Minister of Singapore, should be this one. Then the second one, I just anyhow match it. Okay, it's like this. Then I can just submit matching. Okay, I only got one correct. I can show the answer. So answer is like this. This one corresponds to this one, and this one corresponds to this one. I can go to a new set of 4 cards. And then I can do the same thing. If I don't match all, it will post some message and ask me to complete all the matching. And this is all about reviewing cards in a deck. Now, since I have many decks, I should be able to review cards from all the decks by pressing a button from here. So from here, I will review all cards in the deck, but sorry, I made a mistake here, this deck. So it should be reviewing everything in all the decks. So by pressing reset, I can see a lot of things here. Then I just do the matching and submit matching like this. Okay. A new set, do the same thing. Yeah, I think that's all for this app. Do you have any questions?
Alright, so before we end off, we'd like to say some few things that we can think of it in the future. So actually we're trying to integrate this application into a web page application as well. So what it does is that for all your data, you can actually use the web page portal to save the data and monitor your deck and card itself. So it will be almost the same type of interface to associate between the web page and the product itself. So it's easier for manageability by the users. And we're also planning to give certain predefined decks. For example, physics. So in physics, there will be the 3 laws of Newton. So we can define this in a certain way that we can draw in a nicer format for the users to learn and to have a more enriching learning experience. So with this, we come to the end of our presentation for Fresco. This is in the beta version. We hope to further improve certain features of this application to make it a feasible application in the market itself. So with this, we come to the end. So this is Mufizu and this is Watson. So thank you all for your time and attention. Thank you.
So is your app meant to be a note-taking tool?
It's for multi-users, so users can actually use it to take notes. For example, let's say I'm traveling to SOC. So it's the first time I want to go to a certain location, I want to take note of certain features of the location. So I can just take a picture of it. So that is another element of note-taking. So I take a note based on that. So yeah. So in that aspect, it can be a note-taking application. It can also be an application for memory usage, for users to improve their memorability.
Actually, we can make a default or a package of some category, let's say traffic sign. Here I do have a traffic sign. Let's say I have the traffic sign in front here, and then I have the meaning of the traffic sign. So I can have someone to create package of database of this one, and then sell it on a website. Then if I, the user of this phone or this app, want to download that app, then I just can go to the internet or a server somewhere. But at the moment we haven't implemented that yet. But that's our idea. And we have also another idea of pulling data from Facebook. Let's say I have 1,000 friends, so most likely I don't know all my friends' name. One of the ideas is just to pull all the profile page of all of my friends and put in all the front cards, and then the name of the profile. I mean the name of the all of my friends on the back. Then from here, I can play like by choosing. Okay, let's say this one is face of my friends, and so I can choose. Okay, what is the profile name of my friend now? Let's say this one or that one. And that's one of the idea. And we also can with the server we can create like event for, let's say someone created a new database for a competition, let's say 1,000 cards with front and back, and during that event we ask people to go and do, let's say 10 minutes, how many correct matching you can do with this app. Let's say we can create what's that, a server somewhere. Let's say I have a navigation drawer over here, then I can go to what's happening now, then I can see all.
To help the users relate to this association better.
Yeah, thank you for your presentation. My question is, how do you all intend to sell this? I mean, do you all plan to sell it as a packaged item, or do you plan to give it free, or what's your idea about this?
For now, our idea is that we need to work on the server side first, because I think that will help improve the application quality itself. So once we have done that, we are planning to make it free first, because we want to promote as many learners as possible using this application. And in the long run, if it's successful, we'd like to promote it through games, as why it's mentioned competitions, so as to get a bigger reach for the application itself. So ultimately, this application, we have done it to improve ourselves first of all. So we all are new programmers. So we want to make sure that we are able to do something productive over the summer as well. So in the long run, yes, we will think of more features to implement to make it more marketable in the long run.
One suggestion would be, honestly speaking, I don't know. There's too many things that you can do with this application. I think one of the things that you should, personally speaking, you should concentrate on is the package tags, where you sell, you have free ones, and obviously you sell like basically like flashcards.
Yeah.
You sell those flashcards already something like that, and make it into a game, right? Something fun, something that people can play with, rather than creating it. Then in the next version, do the offering for the creation of your own decks, and maybe create study decks for, say for example, chemistry 101 or something along those lines, where people can start selling their own decks and whatnot, and they can create the ecosystem. But I think at the moment, I don't see people using it. I would see people more using the decks itself. If you have pre-packaged decks and using those.
I think that's a valid point. We'll take into consideration, and also I think it's a good point. Like for example, when you want to pitch this idea, maybe we can start off with a Facebook idea, as you mentioned. So we want to market in such a way that you can associate friends to names.
Yeah.
I think in that sense, they will tend to use the application more.
In fact, one of the applications, which is just something fun, one of my developers did, right, was actually to use Facebook information of your friends.
Okay.
Let's say, for example, where is he from, this photo, or which school she came from, or things like that, and then ask questions like that, and then you basically
get to know the person better.
Which person is this? The name of it and whatnot, and just click on it, and it becomes a game. And that's why I say make it like a game, right? Where it becomes a game, and then you'll be like, oh, I didn't know that it was this person who went to this school, and then you start to know. So yeah, from information from the Facebook and whatnot, that there is just, it's not a startup or anything, because it's just like a play thing kind of thing, right? But these are the things that are quite interesting. I would say would be able to capture consumers to play with it and whatnot. I mean, maybe that Facebook thing would be the first step on how to do the flashcards. And I think that there are a lot of things like Doodle and everything. I think for now, focus on just pictures. I would say, right? Focus on just pictures, because pictures are more relatable to the word of the flashcard in behind or something along those lines. I don't know. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So I think so we'll try to promote certain features more than
exactly. And then as you go along, then expand it into more flexibility, more more of this. I think you guys are going the other way around, where you're offering the flexibility, the creation, everything. Yeah.
The reason why it's like this is because we wanted to learn as much as possible and do as much as possible. As you said, we'll try to reduce certain features and promote certain features in greater detail. Thank you so much for the. Alright. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.